Hi and welcome back to Green Tubers. Today we're going to be unboxing and having a quick look at our new lawnmower, a STIHL RMA 448 VC. Let's get it out. Now you might quite reasonably be thinking, given that this channel is meant to be about sustainability, that what's sustainable about buying ourselves a new lawnmower? Well, it's more of a case of having to buy a new lawnmower and then therefore picking the most sustainable option from what we had. The old mower, on its last legs really, it's probably best part of 20 years old. It's an old petrol mower, it doesn't work very well, and frankly it's so rusty in places it's now actually a bit dangerous. So we needed to replace it anyway, and we've chosen this because it's not only runs on electricity, but it's cordless, so it means we can get it around our field, we can get some reasonable distances, and if we charge it at the right time of day, we're charging it free and sustainably from our solar panels, so it kind of fits in, but regardless, I hope you find this of interest. Okay, let's open the box up. Right, having got it all out, rather than do the typical man thing of just trying to wedge it together, I think I actually might bother to read the instructions for this one. Better get my eyes. So while I'm flicking through this, I should mention why it is we picked this particular one, other than just the fact that it runs on a battery. It's because it runs on a battery we already own. So it wasn't that I picked this one out of various different manufacturers. We were drawn to the STIHL because we already have the battery that this uses to run in a hedge trimmer and a strimmer that we already own. If you have to buy the battery and the charger that go with it, then obviously that adds quite a bit to the upfront cost, but this was on its own cheaper than the equivalent petrol version, which made it obviously even more attractive. Figured it out, there for the grass box. So here it is. Here's our old battery. You can tell it's well used, it's got mud all over it, but it still works perfectly well. We're actually on full charge. This is the AP300, which is the largest one they do. Actually, I think they do a 300 plus now, but essentially this is the largest battery that STIHL do, and it's the one that's recommended for use with this mower. So I was going to say let's fire it up, whir it up. It's actually got two slots for batteries, one for the one that's in use, and there's a second slot for a spare. We don't have a spare, but I guess it's there waiting. It's a useful feature anyway. It's height adjustable, just with one hand. You squeeze the lever here and the whole mower moves up and down, and there's a guide here which shows you 1 to 6 whereabouts you've set it. One really nice touch is this single bar down to the mower. I had worried it might make it flimsy, but it's absolutely rock solid, and it does have one massive advantage in that it makes, I'm standing on the wrong side for this really, but it makes lifting the grass box out so much easier. Excellent work. So, quick first impressions. Seems really good. It's a bit confusing the way that the handles work compared to my old one, but that's just something I need to get my my brain round. And in fairness, if you're looking at this as a review to purchase, it's somewhat unfair because I'm comparing it with a 20-year-old mower, not other things that might be on the market that you might be considering. But compared to my old mower, it's a dream really. It's a lot quieter. I like the way you can independently control the self-propulsion and the mower blades themselves. On my petrol mower that wasn't the case because the propulsion was just a belt drive off the blades, or off the spindle, right word, not sure. Anyway, you couldn't control them independently. You could have the mower on and you could engage the self-propelled feature or otherwise. And in fact, talking of the self-propelled bit, this one actually propels itself. The other one was more like a suggestion, an aid, rather than actually moving the mower itself. And in terms of sustainability, well, that one's already solved, isn't it? What I haven't yet answered is how long the battery will last, as well as this area outside the front of our house, which we tend to keep reasonably well mown. We also mow some of our small field. We don't tend to mow all of it because we like to keep some of it back as meadow and have meadow grasses, but we also like to have friends over and camp there in the summertime. So unless we keep on top of at least one part of the grass, it becomes an absolute nightmare when we do want to get the tents out. So I will be putting it through its paces a bit later and mowing a larger section of the field, and I'll wait to post this until I've had a go at that and we can see how long the battery lasts. That's my mowing done for today. I've done our front lawn. The battery went from probably almost full to almost empty, covering our front lawn, which is probably about the size of a normal back garden, I guess. But I'll test it again on the big field. Anyway, the mower's put to bed. I'm going to put the battery on charge, ready for our next go, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Right, slight change of plan here. I was intending to do a full test of the mower by mowing a large section of our little meadow here, but Sophie stated, not unreasonably, that we ought to wait for a little while until the wildflowers are a little bit further along. So I have mown a little bit more. I've just mown a little strip for our table and chairs so we can sit out here and enjoy food, but the rest of the meadow remains untouched. Mower dealt with some really long grass over there. It did struggle a bit, but not more than you would expect given how long the grass was. So I haven't really done a full test of the battery, but everything I've done so far it's coped with admirably, and rather than mess around and leave this video on hold indefinitely, I thought I'd just get on and release it. So I hope you found it useful, and I hope to see you again soon.